Good morning, everyone. I am a PhD student at University of Wisconsin-Madison's Department of Sociology, and I would like to present our reassessment of the relationship between the migration patterns and genetic imprints in the UK. So I think that most people, most audience in this room or in Zoom may know this paper that Abdelovi and their colleagues provide a very novel and interesting results in regard to the relationship between the migration patterns and the genetic imprints in the UK, especially in regard to the EAPGS. So one of the major takeaways from this paper is that those with high EAPGS leave economically deprived areas, suggesting that economically deprived areas are losing those who have a high EAPGS. And this is, I think, very interesting and novel findings, and actually the nature of human behavior was features of this paper by using this title page. Nonetheless, they combine the different types of the movers into the stayers category. So there are someone who moved between the countries or districts, although they still categorize into the stayers. So we'd like to move from the genetics of moving away from the disadvantage to the genetics of the moving, and by adding some essence of the migration distance. And the migration distance is a key component in the migration studies, I believe, because there is a different motivations between long-distance migrants and short-distance migrants. And actually, this is my findings, and I apologize, I failed to note what is a CA, what is a non-CA, NCA, CA is a catchment area, and NCA is non-catchment area. But the major takeaway from this figure is like the EAPGS for mover is higher than for the stayers. So even those who move to economically deprived area, still the EAPGS is higher than those who staying in the less economical area. And this is actually robust even after excluding the college graduates.
Yeah.
Sorry. Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh yeah, good. So I'd like to go to the question like we would like to understand more about the genetics of the moving and find something interesting. Thank you. So before jumping into the genetics of the moving, I just would like to highlight the highest genetic correlation with EA. So this is the genetics correlation being analyzed, and the cognitive performance of the highest genetic correlation except the migration distance, and which is around 0.75. And we also found an interesting tweet from Abdel. He tweeted like between all behavior traits, the highest genetic correlation is between educational attainment and income, which is around 0.99 to 3. And this is kind of expected because higher educational attainment on a lot more. So now we learn the genetic correlation between EA and a lot of traits, and here is a genetic correlation between the EA and migration distance, and the genetic correlation between migration distance and log migration distance is around 0.85 and 0.9. And here is the cognitive performance. So we can start to see that how the genetic correlation between log migration distance and EA is high. And we would like to pose a question like, what's actually the EAPGS captures? And we did some additional analysis like this is a regression of the Townsend deprivation index on the EAPGS and or the distance PGS. And when I included, so the Boulder 1 model 2 showed that EAPGS and distance PGS are associated with the Townsend deprivation index. But once you include both in the model, so EAPGS, the regression coefficients of the EAPGS was attenuated around 30% and no longer statistically significant. So this implies like the EAPGS captures some information on distance PGS, and this may facilitate our understanding of what EAPGS really captures. And that's it. I'm looking forward to your comments and questions.